I am the face behind the administrator of the Pronation website. You might know me as System. My original name in the furry fandom was called Nexus, and I still use it. Everybody in the fandom still knows me as Nexus, but it's been a while since I've actually used it on the website. Most of the time when you contact the system administrator, you're getting me, System, to come in and deal with issues and problems and everything else associated with it. This is the first time that I've ever actually recorded myself for broadcast on a camera. I just can't stand the way I look. I think I look like a big raisin. Some people say I look okay. I don't know. I'm just kind of shy, I guess. I have this rigged up in my garage right now because I thought the backdrop looked pretty good. Kind of show you what I'm up to, some of my hobbies, some of the things I do outside of Pronation. Like that really huge motorcycle I've got. And if you want to look at another hobby I've got, I guess. I don't know if I can do it right now. But it's rainy and dark outside right now, so you have to forgive me. They got a nice Crossfire convertible sitting out there. It's pretty cool. Another one of the things I've got. Pretty much the two possessions in my life that mean anything to me. I wanted to make this video because I have come to a decision in my life that's been a long time coming. And I wanted to tell all my friends in person what that decision is. On the 18th of this month, Pronation is going to go offline permanently. Now, before you freak out about that, let me explain to you my decision. I've been running Pronation for over 20 years. It's a long friggin' time. We got the original domain name in 1996, and it's been running ever since. Originally, Pronation was a hosting website for furry artists. At one time, we were the biggest thing in furry fandom. We had over 3,000 hosted websites back when there were less than 5 conventions. Now there's God knows how many all across the country in Europe. I mean, it really expanded. We're not that big anymore because, I started off and I had the Pronation magazine, which is still one of the top sellers as far as I know in the Furry Fandom First series. It sold, over 10,000 magazines? I mean, it was amazing. And it supported Pronation for a good long period of time. Right now, Pronation is not underneath any DOS attack. We're not underneath any pressure, nothing, to keep the website on. And that's when I decided that this would be a good time to close shop. Because I'm not closing because of a reason. I'm closing because I decided to. This is on me. It's my move to make. Lots of friends have gotten together over the years. I mean, I've met tons of friends on Pronation, and a lot of my friends have moved on in life. And I'm looking at it now, going, I'm a little older. I've done just as much as I can to keep it online. And I paid a lot of money out. I mean, over 20 years. I mean, we estimated out of my own pocket, this is not with donations, but out of my own pocket, about $120,000. That's just keeping the website online. Less than $5,000 a year, which is pretty good. Back when we started in 1996, I mean, I had at least a T1 line to run it because of all the traffic. And that was costing $350 a month. Right now our rate is $480 a month. We're basically still paying the same amount, but we're getting better service, better bandwidth. Right now, this thing is on like a 40-core machine with terabytes to spare and 256 gigs of RAM. I mean, it's a monster just to keep it running from all the traffic. And a lot of people will say, well, there's only like 26, 27 people online, but we got all that other stuff in the background going on too. We got the email server, we got the communication system that goes on, the instant messaging, and that's utilizing a lot of our bandwidth. That instant messaging app is like crazy on how much it uses. A little history of Furnation. When we started, 1996, I hosted my first furry website from a guy who got shut down because they thought his artwork was too rancy for the internet. And I said, that's bullshit. I hate censorship. So I hosted his site. And he brought friends, and friends brought friends. Next thing you know, we had over 3,000 hosted websites. And it got out of control. It just was way too much to handle. And I kind of backed off a little bit. And I said, okay, we're going to let this float for a while. I'll try something new for Furnation. So I got on to Second Life, and we created this gigantic world in Second Life, which also went beyond Ballistic. Next thing you know, we have 10,000 people in the Furnation users group on Second Life. We had 9 Sims, each one costing $1,000 plus a month to support. Huge amounts of traffic. We were the number one thing on Second Life for like 2 years. We had the individuals, the owners of Second Life, calling us up, saying, "How did you do this? How did you get all these people online?" I'm like, yeah, it was the way it was. But like everything else, they changed the way that they did business and basically killed our project. Fine. You know, you have to try and try and try and try until you get it right. And then when you get it right, hopefully you'll hang on to it long enough that it'll do something. After that, I started a company that sold the magazines, Furnation Magazine and all the stuff that went along with it. We did very well. We became top seller in furry fandom. And one day, I hurt my back very badly. It's an old motorcycle accident I had from many years ago. And it caused me a lot of issues. I was in a bad place in my life, and one of the people working for us came in and decided that he wanted to start up his own company. And I just said, look, don't do it. Let me sell you mine. I didn't have that much debt associated with it, so we came up with a fair price for just the debt I owed, and he bought it. And it's still in operation today. I won't tell you what it is because it's out there. And they're still doing great. They're at every convention. They're making money. Everybody's happy, and I'm happy too. That was the second company in my life I owned. The first company was a long time ago when I was in my early 20s. Once again, it's been a hell of a journey. I've met a lot of people in Furnation. I go to conventions, and I used to go to all of them, but too many to go to now. The one thing that always got me was when somebody came up to me, recognized me, and said, Furnation was the first furry website I ever found, and you got me into the furry fandom. Thank you. That makes it all worthwhile. And I'm telling you, a lot of people have told me that. That is truly amazing. I had a lot to do with building up the furry fandom the way it is today, as big as it is. Promoting the conventions, promoting people going to it. All of that's lost in time, though. People will not remember me in 10 years or 20. You know, that's just the way it is. I have had a lot of friends donate to Furnation, help me out. But I also noticed one side of the fandom that I can't tolerate. I've had people, only because I was famous for that period of time, ride my shirt tails. But as soon as I wasn't famous anymore, not the number one thing on the list, they dumped me like yesterday's bad trash. And I realized, I've got friends out there. Somebody that I thought was a great friend who hasn't called me in 4 years, even though I begged him to give me a call. Begged to give a call. But no, he goes to every convention. But he's, brown-nosing with the big guys, the people who run the conventions. I'm just nothing anymore. Does it hurt? Hurts like somebody stabbing you through the heart. But it's human nature. And now I'm beginning to realize that these people who I thought were friends aren't friends, and I don't need them. I don't need them at all. But those individuals who came to Furnation, met friends, and just simply gave me a thank you for all the work I did, all the back-end work. Trust me, you have no idea what it takes to run a website. That's what made it worth the while. Furnation's been dragged through the mud. My name's been dragged through the mud for many, many, many years. Only because of competition. These guys out there, they're competing websites. Oh, Furnation's going down every day. Oh, Furnation's not. Oh, he's sucking your money. Oh, my God, he's got a hard drive fail, and he's begging for money again. Well, guess what? Dragoneer, learned your lesson yet? When you went after me after you started for Affinity, I never once responded in open about anything that you said about Furnation or me. But you accused me of so many things. And since that time, every one of those things you yourself have done. Payback's a bitch. You begged for money. You had hard drive failures. You couldn't keep your site online. But I had told you that before. I said, after, when you started yours, I'd already been in operation 10 years. I said, I've been through all this. I know what it is. I know exactly what it's like. You didn't believe me, did you? And then you went and made exactly the same mistakes I made. Because you wouldn't listen to anybody except yourself. You only have yourself to blame, by the way. On the 18th, I will shut down Furnation. I am not going to archive any of the data on Furnation, any of the structure, the site, the code, or anything else. It will go dark. The drives will be erased. If you have anything on there you want to collect, pick it up now. I will put Furnation, the domain name, and all the domain names associated with Furnation, .net, .org, and whatever, .com, into the CEDO archive, which is a domain distributor, and I will lock it for 10 years. After 10 years, the domain names will be free for anyone to pick up and use as they see fit. First come, first serve. And I am gone. I will attend the few furry conventions I go to from now on, but I will only attend them as a guest. I'm not somebody who runs furry fandom. Not somebody who cares. Oh, by the way, I've been guest of honor at 5 conventions. Yeah, been fun. Once again, not so much. I've had my 15 minutes of fame. And when you go into a convention, and I found out, and you're famous and you're walking around, everybody knows you, it's fun for a while. Not fun for a long time. Since I basically kind of pulled away from everybody and nobody knows me, I go into a convention now and I can have fun because nobody knows who I am. I can walk around. I can enjoy myself. I can see the sights and watch the furs and look at the artwork. Nobody's coming up to me and trying to shake my hand or touch me. Oh my God, you're famous. Yeah, it's all gone. At 15 minutes of fame, was wonderful. And I will always remember it in my life, like all the friends I've met here. You can catch me. I still have a Twitter account under Fur Nation. I still have my Skype under Fur Nation. So if you want to talk to me, you can there. Later on tonight or tomorrow, I will take the Patreon site offline, and I will take the direct donation site offline, because no more money from anybody. It's over. Don't need anything. And once again, we'll just be cleaning up and closing shop on the 18th. I hope at least this video explains to you my reasons behind it. I have to explore other avenues. I've been doing this for so long, and sometimes when you're spending up till 2 o'clock in the morning trying to work out a bug in a site that's not paying you anything, it's just because you want to do it for other people. It's nice, but eventually you have to stick out for yourself and think it's time to march out on a different path and see where that goes. I'll be doing other things, and I've got other plans, but not surrounding anything with furry. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for being there. Every member, everyone who's ever stepped foot on Fur Nation. Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful 20 years, and you've definitely enhanced my life, and I hope that the Fur Nation website has enhanced yours. Have a good night and a wonderful future.